means it's clear he will not be deported just like that.
Oh no, hindi talaga.
Oh no, not just like that. We made a conscious decision not to have him deported. After he made fun, jokes, shamed, and make money off Filipinos and then tried to say goodbye, nothing like that. Fair is fair.
So, somebody going to jail.
Well, it's finally happened. Vitaly, the king of chaos for clicks, messed around one too many times and now he is stuck. Not metaphorically, like literally stuck in the Philippines. No plane ticket home. No influencer pass, just jail bars, legal walls in an entire country that said you're not getting off that easy. So this is where we start watching him. This is where we start watching him lose everything. So last video I made, it seemed like he was just going to get deported, right? He's not from Philippines. He's from Russia. So he was going to probably have to be sent back home. But according to what's going on the ground, and we were checking out the video from Legal Mindset he had a live earlier, he's in a lot of trouble and he's not going home right now. Basically, he's going to have to settle his time behind bars in the Philippines. Let me show you some of this live stream. It is crazy.
I had viewers. Also, there were two lawyers that messaged me. One, I'm not going to say their name. They sent me some good information. So, you know, it's shout out to the Filipino lawyers, the Philippines law, because they actually have a way in the law to prosecute things and make it easy to convict Vitaly, which is awesome. I'm so glad that they have the ability to invoke special law in the Philippines that can make his conviction simple. And because of mandatory minimums, which they do have under certain statutes and charges, it's very possible, you know, the minimum sentence is significant. And beyond that, the process is going to be amazing. Like we've talked about, the process being the punishment, we have a guaranteed minimum amount of time he's going to spend behind bars in a Filipino jail with no special treatment.
So when lawyers start grinning, saying the words guaranteed minimum behind bars, you know someone is going to get cooked. So Vitaly, this is the human embodiment of look at me, I'm going crazy, I'm wilding out for views. Just found out that his jail stay isn't just a timeout. This is a government-sponsored humility program. The Philippines ain't playing around with this one. So there's going to be no celebrity treatment, even though I think most people don't know who he is. But at this point, no influencer privilege, no TikTok dances from a luxury holding cell. This dude is about to serve some real time here. It's basically, he's about to enter the belly of the beast with no camera crew, no PR spin, just cement floors, plastic trays, and tons of mosquitoes. Now, I've seen some videos about Filipino prisons. They're not fun. I mean, no prison is fun. This is not rehab. This is not going to be some YouTuber jail. This is the real deal, bars and concrete. So this is going to be a big shift in Vitaly's life. And it's like the audience who watch this content, they go from laughing at Vitaly's antics to realizing, oh, wait, this guy's actually going to fumble his freedom for some clicks. It's pretty embarrassing.
This was actually really good talking about what they did with the issues in Boracay. So let's listen up to this.
Yeah, so basically we had a previous guest. We were talking, it was like nice talk. And suddenly this person appears there and then he was streaming online already. Limo took care of them and I went to the office just to, you know, tell the guys we're going to use this board.
So this is, by the way, this is the guy, Nicola. He's actually he's the owner of the business, Wii Sports, and he's one of the ones that was harassed in Boracay.
And prepare the batteries. And I basically didn't see what happened there. So basically when I left, Limo was there doing the briefing. And of course, later on, I found out on his streaming platform what he did. But of course, I didn't see what generally happened there.
Is this the first time that you've encountered, Nick, being a foreigner yourself doing business in the Philippines? Is this the first time that you've encountered somebody of that character who was maligning and disrespecting the locals?
If I can say something, I've never seen this in my life. A person from the world, it was like, you know, he's insulting your company. He wants to destroy your company. I was like, what? And then we suddenly received, you know, 5-star. We have only a 5-star. We're trying to really take care of the reputation. And suddenly I received the Google 1-star. Was very rude. A message like put your.
So Vitaly was telling his viewers to brigade the Google reviews. So they had been a 5-star perfect scored business. And he was saying, yeah, go brigade their reviews, which, by the way, they do talk about this. That can be a cyber crime to say, hey, you know, you need to go and maliciously attack this business for no good reason. Vitaly is telling people who haven't even gone there, right, who haven't even participated in the business, right, to go there and brigade it.
That is outrageous. So in this, as you guys are looking at this, the locals are talking, and even the person who owns this business, he's able to speak about this. Look how he's behaving. And again, like what Legal Mindset is saying, he is doing whatever it takes to get a reaction, to get the views, to get the clout, acting like a complete ass, and just bothering people. And the terrible part of this is that idea that because he had a bad experience, he was telling his viewers to review bomb this business that's going to lose money, lose businesses. These people here work hard and you're sabotaging this. I mean, this is not a prank. This is not edgy comedy. This is malicious sabotage. It's served with a side of that influencer entitlement that we all complain about. Telling your viewers to brigade a business. That's not content. That's just being a coward. He got told to follow instructions, basic instructions, but he didn't like being checked. So therefore he tried to wreck their ratings and wreck their business, like a straight up abuse of power. And it looked like it worked because that 5-star business took some hits from fake reviews, all because a grown man got told no. When you think that you can do whatever you want because you're in a different country, he thought he was untouchable, but now his own pettiness is evidence for a potential cybercrime case. This is not America. There's certain things you can do in other places across the world. He thought he could weaponize his fan base. Now he's learning what happens when that weapon backfires.
I want to clear it up and like give you guys that, because this is massive, because this is the bombshell of today. Okay, let me read this clearly. He has no access to a cell phone. He only has access to contact his family or attorney. He is not allowed to vlog anything which goes inside the detention facility. He will live on the national stipend of 3 meals at 70 pesos a day. That's all for 3 meals. He will not get special treatment. No air conditioner. No air conditioner.
Damn. All right. How hot is it in the Philippines? Let me look that up real quick. So Philippines is pretty hot. So I want to say the average. How hot does it get there? The temperatures are high during where he is. What's this, March and April? You can see right there that he's going to have about 93 degrees in the heat. Not too good. That sounds terrible. No air conditioner and no jail cells. There is not going to be a very good time for your boy Fatality.
He is inside prison while his hearing is ongoing. And I think, and he debates whether it's civil or criminal, it really doesn't matter. But he says, regardless of civil or criminal, it will be 2 to 3 years until his hearing is done. That's not sentencing, that's the trial. His trial will not be over for 2 to 3 years.
Whoa. See, that's a problem. I know a lot of us complain about the US. The US is not perfect, but I tell you this, there's other countries in the world where people are in jail for years and never even get a hearing yet. And it looks like that's what happens in the Philippines. It looks like that's part of the system. So just again, so you guys may not understand right now, we can say this again. 2 to 3 years. That's not a timeout, right? That's a hard reset on life. He thought he probably gonna get a slap on the wrist, probably get a quick flight home, get deported, no big deal. He'll get some clout. But now he's locked in a justice system that moves slower than molasses, slower than a snail. Like, therefore, every single day becomes a countdown with no timeline. So he is in the abyss stage. He crossed that line, he got caught, now he's stuck in a limbo with no audience, no content, and no control, and no AC. You ever sit in a waiting room for 20 minutes and just feel like losing your mind? Multiply that by 1,000. That is Vitaly's new reality. He's basically off the grid. He went from content creator to just a court case number, and one that's gonna take 2 to 3 years to come out. I'm sure he has to regret what he did. Has to.
Pero so it means it's clear he will not be deported just like that.
Oh no, hindi talaga just decision not to have him deported. Ito, after so pagkatuwaan, niloloko mo na Pilipino, Pilipino, pinapahiya mo Pilipino, tama mo pa Pilipino. Fair is fair.
Okay, so what he said there was, oh no, not just like that. We made a conscious decision not to have him deported. After he made fun, jokes, shamed, and make money off Filipinos and then tried to say goodbye. Nothing like that. Fair is fair. This is 100% based.
They're not playing. Fair is fair. Listen, as many people have already talked about, people who actually travel to the Philippines, it's one of the nicest places you can possibly be with the nicest people. But I guess when you mess with them, they don't play around. So fair is fair. That is the final boss line. That's you messed around and found out type of situation. So this is the whole philosophy of justice. Vitaly thought he could clown around the culture, get a little heat, and then bounce. But the Philippines said, not today. And therefore, they're keeping him locked up, not just to punish, but to make an example. This is intentional, and that's pretty powerful. The government isn't just stopping one doofus. They're trying to set a global rule. If you come here and disrespect us, you don't get a flight. You're going to get a cell. It's going to take 2 to 3 years before we even consider your case. That's why this situation hits different. It's not anger. It's not even emotion. It's justice calmly served. So Vitaly's story is no longer his. It belongs to the system now. And the system said, fair is fair. So where does that leave Vitaly now? Well, he's stuck alone and probably regretting every single frame of footage that led him here. So right now he's sitting in a Filipino jail cell with no VIP access, no camera, no script to follow. All those years of pranking, flexing, and living loud, they've been replaced with silence, cement walls, and again, no AC, with that slow grind of the legal system that doesn't care how many subs you had. He's got a long road ahead, 2 to 3 years of waiting for a trial. Then that's before any sentencing kicks in. He's not getting deported. He's not getting bailed out. He's not even getting a chance to talk his way out of it. That is the justice system. That's the system making him sit in it. And that silence is louder than any viral clip that he ever made. So the future doesn't look great for Vitaly. I mean, maybe there's a redemption arc, but he's going to finish some time first. It looks like it's going to be a lot of years of reflection. Maybe that the kind that changes you, whether you wanted it to or not. And when he finally gets out, you know, the internet will probably have moved on. The game will have changed. And he'll just be a cautionary tale. He became the main character in a story he can't control in a country that he won't ever forget. Not because he was famous, but because he disrespected the wrong people in the wrong place at the wrong time. But fair is fair, right? So let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Thank you for taking time to watch this video. And I'll see you guys in the next video.